I stood in the empty gravel driveway, staring at the fresh tire tracks, realizing my own mother had just cloned my keys to ruin my life. For 3 years, my life was a blur of 80-hour work weeks and grease-stained weekends. While my friends went out on Friday nights, I was locked in a drafty garage, pouring every extra dollar into restoring a 1975 vintage Airstream trailer. I rewired the electrical, plumbed the pipes, and hand-polished that gorgeous silver shell until it shone like a mirror. I was planning to launch my mobile coffee business the following month. I built every inch of it to feel like a high-end retro mobile espresso lounge. Then I came home from my day job and found nothing but an empty space in my yard. My phone was already in my hand, my thumb hovering over 911, when a text from my mother popped up. "Hi, honey. Brody is moving back and needed a place to crash. We knew you wouldn't mind him borrowing the silver camper. Family helps family, right?" My jaw dropped. My brother Brody was 28, had never held a job, and had been evicted from his last 4 apartments. My parents had spent his entire life cleaning up his messes, and now they had handed him my biggest achievement. I called my mother. "Mom, you took my trailer. That is grand theft," she chuckled. "Oh, Leo, don't be so dramatic. It was just sitting in your yard. Brody has his dog to think about. You're the successful, responsible one. You can build another. Besides, we used the emergency key we kept. That key was meant for a fire or a medical emergency, not trespassing. Bring it back tonight, Mom, or I'll call the sheriff," she snapped. "If you make a scene over a metal box, don't expect this family to help you again. You're being incredibly selfish." Then she hung up. What my mother forgot was that the Airstream was registered as a business asset. The LLC, insurance, and title were all in my name. I had also hidden a GPS tracker inside the frame. I opened the tracking app and watched the blue dot. Brody had towed my Airstream to a muddy campground 40 miles away. I calmly called the non-emergency police line and reported my registered commercial trailer stolen. I emailed the officer the title, registration, and GPS location. 12 hours later, Brody called, screaming, "The cops are here with a tow truck. They're threatening to arrest me. Tell them it's a mistake. Mom said it was mine." "Mom doesn't own the title, Brody. I do." Then I hung up. Next came the voicemails from my parents. "How could you do this to your own brother? You're ruining his life over a camper." I ignored every one of them. I drove to the impound lot, paid the fee, and took my Airstream home. Inside, Brody had spilled beer all over the wood cabinets and torn my custom cushions. My parents didn't speak to me for months. Then my mother finally called. There was no apology. Instead, she asked if I could lend Brody $5,000 for a security deposit, since you got him kicked out of his home. I smiled and replied, "I think I'll use that money for new security cameras instead." I hung up, blocked their numbers, and locked my gate. Some people will build a key to your life, only to lock you out of your own dreams.